Welcome. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for watching. My name is Seth Kaburungu, coming to this pre-episode number 4, reminding you that March 17, 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be live here on YouTube and on Facebook, where I will be hosting my first broadcast live on this Kabarung podcast, Apostle Seth Kabarung podcast. So thank you for tuning in. Let me thank you for those who have been subscribing. Thank you very much. Again, this is a very brand new YouTube, but I know we can get far with your help. Share this channel to your friends, your family. I hope they are going to benefit from this channel. I hope you are going to benefit from this channel so we can help each other in many ways of life. On this beautiful day, thank you for coming. It's nice outside in Wichita, Kansas, as I'm recording this pre episode number 4. Beautiful day, busy day for me. I had a lot to do at my work and family matters, also ministry matters. But I will always try to have a time for you, my follower, my subscriber here on YouTube, and my follower on Facebook. If you do not follow me on Facebook and you have a Facebook account, hop on Facebook. Follow me, Apostle Seth Kaburung on Facebook. I have shared my name on Facebook, Apostle Seth Kaburung on Facebook, and follow me there. Let's share this gospel. Let's share these values of life, and values of a marriage, values of families, values of politics, ministries, and Christianity. On this pre-episode number 4, I'm going to speak about prosperity. Yeah, prosperity, money, richness and poverty and all that kind of stuff. Let me start with this verse that we read, John chapter 10, verse 10. Let's read this. Listen to this. Jesus is saying this: the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. That's what they do. But I have come, Jesus is saying, that they may have life and heavy to the full. Let me read it one more time. But I have come, this Jesus is speaking, that I have come that they may have life and heavy to the full. Jesus have come that they may have life, not just life, but they may have it to the full. If you are watching this, whether you are Christian and you are not, listen to me. Jesus have come so you and I can have life, not just a survival life, not just a striving life, but having to the full, have a full life, a beautiful life, a life that we can enjoy, a life that we can be happy, a life that we do not lack nothing, a life where you don't lack anything at all in your life, that you will have what you need. But sadly, many of us are living in a life where we lack a lot of things in our life. We don't have what we need in our life. And it might surprise you, United States, many people in the United States are living in a poverty life. A lot of people in the United States they are living on debt. Like they have a lot of debt, and it's just they are surviving on debt. That's not full life. I mean, you are striving right there. You are surviving. You are not living. You are surviving. And many people watching from outside United States, you're watching me from Europe, Australia, watching me from Asia, Africa, but we don't have the full. We don't have this life to the full. Other versions of the Bible said that they may have abundant life, like a life that is full, abundant, like you do not lack nothing at all. And sometimes you might have more than what you need. Is that what am I living? Is that what you are living? On this podcast, I plan to speak more about financial. I'm a businessman, I'm a minister, I'm a husband, I'm a father. And as a minister, financial means it's something important to be able to lead a church, host a church, and have what we need to lead a ministry, to construct a ministry. And as a father, I need financial means to lead a family, to feed the children, to sustain the wife. As I said in a previous pre-episode, that children and wives are very expensive. You need financial means. You need to be able to afford to feed those kids and feed the wife and sustain the wife and whatever they need. And Jesus here is saying that he has come so we can have abundant life. We can have this life, not just a life, but we have this life to the full. In my beliefs, I do believe that no one should be poor on earth. Unfortunately, we have a lot of poor people. No one should lack anything on earth. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people lacking what they need in their lives. I plan for you and I to explore how we can have a better life, whether you live in the United States or outside the United States. There are so many opportunities that we can have a better life. Fortunately, we live in a world where there are so many opportunities that an individual can engage in and have a better life, a life where they do not lack anything at all. I'm very saddened by this mentality that a lot of people have embraced, that you do not need to be rich to be a Christian, that rich people will not go to heaven. I don't know I don't know what Bible you read. I have read the whole book of the Bible, not once, but twice. And I'm planning to read it again, and again, the whole from Genesis to Revelation. I have not found any verse that says rich people won't go to heaven. Jesus mentioned that it is very hard for a rich man to reach heaven. He did not say rich people will not go to heaven. He said it is very hard for a rich man to go to heaven. Not that they won't go to heaven. It's possible to go to heaven. But let me tell you this, it is very hard for a Christian to be faithful to the gospel if they are poor. That is in my opinion, and that is in my experience. A poor Christian, they are very hard to be faithful to the gospel. They are very easy to manipulate. You know, if you read in Ephesians chapter 4, let me read it. That way we can understand it. I think I'm going to start with, I'm reading Standard English Version. Let me start with verse 11 so we can understand this. And he gave some to be the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the shepherd, and the teachers. Listen, he did this, verse 12, to equip the saints for the work of the ministry, for building up the body of Christ, until we all attain to the unity of faith and of knowledge of the Son of God, to mature, right? To mature manhood, to the measure of a stature of a fullness of Christ, so that we may not longer be children, tossed to and fro by the waves and carried about by every wind of a doctrine, by human cunning, by craftiness and the deceitful schemes. Do we understand this? So we're not gonna be tossed here and there by deceitful schemes, by cunning, by people who are deceiving us. Poor people are easy to be manipulated. Anybody can come here. Okay, you can be rich. Let me do this, and you're gonna be rich tomorrow. Let me do this. You can do this because of course, you need money. You need this. You need that. You need this. So it can be easy. It is very hard, in my opinion. I'm not saying poor people cannot be faithful. I've seen very poor people being faithful to get to the gospel, to this relationship with God, and I've seen a lot of poor people not being faithful. They are just following whoever because they don't have enough means to do research on their own. They don't have enough ability to to read books, Bibles, and finding out who's the truth, who's the truth, who's speaking the truth here. So we need this leadership in the churches and leadership in our communities. That way we're not gonna be toasted, so we can mature. in the gospel, in the faith, mature. That way we're not gonna be tossed here and there. This is this is another episode. This is another episode. We will talk about this later on, but rich people are able to go to heaven. Jesus never said that rich people cannot go to heaven. He said it is very hard for a rich person because rich people sometimes they are very busy with their own businesses and their wealth, and they forget about God. They forget who gave them the wealth, and sometimes they can use their richness to manipulate others. They can use their richness to abuse other people in many ways. That's what Jesus meant, and it is very hard for them to leave their wealth and follow Jesus. You can still be rich and follow Jesus. It's possible. You don't have to be poor to follow Jesus. No. You can be rich and follow Jesus and be faithful to this gospel. It's possible. It is very possible because that's what Jesus came here to do, to give us life. Not only a survival life, but a full life. What does a full life means? Rich. If you have a full life, you do not lack nothing. You have everything you need. You have a house you need for your home, for your children. If you have a big family, that means you're gonna have a big house. And if you have a big house, you need money to have a big house. So you're not gonna be putting 5 kids in one bedroom. You need full life, rich life. You need money. There's nothing wrong with being rich. It's about discipline. The problem rich people that we have nowadays, or people who want to be rich, they are not disciplined. If you don't have a discipline, your richness is going to be nothing to you. I've seen rich people become poor in a snap because they lack discipline. Successful is not about quantity. For me, successful or success is quality. Okay. Because a lot of people are now obsessed with quantity. How many people do I have in my church? I want to have a big church. I want to have a lot of people in my church. I want to have a lot of money in my bank account. I want to have a lot of things. I want to own a lot of things. Quantity, not quality. That's a big problem. Remember, in this life that we live, quantity is not guaranteed and is not stable. Whereas quality can be stable, quantity cannot be stable. In my ministry, I focus on the quality of the church, not the quantity of the church. I pastor a small church here in Wichita, Kansas. With churches, people come and go. You gain, you lose. People leaving, it's enough. I'm not losing because I am only a worker. I am an employee of God. And I cannot say that God is losing. God does not lose. People that leave, they are losing themselves. Maybe they are leaving to find a better church, which is okay. If you think that my church or the church that you are going into, it's not a better church, it's fine. You can go find another church as long as you are doing this for a good reason and a better reason. There's nothing wrong with finding somebody that will take care of you in a better way, as long as you are still faithful to the gospel. You're not just going outside to look for handout or to find another preacher that can preach what you want to hear. Just like what Paul said, that a lot of people now are gathering preachers that preach what they want to hear, not the truth about the gospel, not the truth about life, but what they want to hear. That's another episode we're going to talk about. I'm speaking about quality, not quantity. You might have a lot of cars, but those cars can go at any moment. They can crash. They can be destroyed. They can be lost. You can lose them. Whereas you cannot lose quality. If you are watching me right now and you kind of are thinking, how can I better myself? How can I do, what can I do to better myself? Work on the quality. Work on having good reputation. Reputation matters. Discipline matters. You cannot have a good quality if you are not disciplined person. You cannot have a good quality if you don't have a good reputation. Having good reputation does not mean you're going to have a good life every day. No, life happens. You will have bad moments and good moments, but strive to have good quality. Strive to build good reputation. And if you are a Christian listening to me right now and you have lost hope in many ways, don't lose it. Come on. Don't lose it. Don't lose hope. You still can do this. If you are watching me right now and you are struggling financially, focus. Don't give up. On my podcast, I plan to explore many ways we can help each other. I already give you my expertise. I already give you my wisdom of the things that we can do, that you can do to improve your life. If you are in the United States and you're trying to figure out what can I do to better my life, what is a good life? What is the life that Jesus said to have it to the full? We will talk about it. There are so many ways to better your life. But in this pre-episode, number 4, to give you a glimpse of what we are going to talk about, the things that I'm gonna focus on in the future when it comes to financial issues. If there is any way you can start a business, do business. A business is a long-term stability to your family. So your children will not have to suffer in the future. So your children will not have to struggle to survive. Because if you build a business, your children will continue that business. Your grandchildren, your great children will continue. It's a legacy that's gonna last long. That is if you train well your family. We'll talk about that. And sometimes it's hard to start a business if you don't have financial means, if you don't have any money, if you don't have nothing. And then there are some other businesses that don't need money at all. Just needs your manpower, your wisdom, your strength, your responsibility, your accountability, and a constancy of a discipline. If you want to be successful in a life, don't choose this and that. You might have a career, a future career that you want to live in. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a politician, you want to be somebody in the future. You want to have a certain career. You want to be a banker, you want to or own a bank someday. You want to have a certain career. It starts somewhere. Problems with people nowadays, they want to focus on a career where they don't have nothing. Education nowadays is very expensive. You want to go to school, you want to have a good career, you better have some money. I really don't support people to get student loans where you are going to be in a lot of debt, and you finish up school, you graduate, master's degrees, bachelor degree, doctoral degree, whatever degree you're gonna get, and you graduate and you have a lot of debt. And you're gonna be spending 5 to 10 years paying off that debt. How does it feel to be a lawyer and now you have a lot of debt to pay? I mean, you reached your career, okay? But starting a law firm is gonna require some money. You're gonna have to find money to start a firm, a place to operate your business, whether you're going to buy or whether you're going to rent. You're going to have to build a reputation. You're going to have to build, trust. People need to trust you. People need to know that you are a responsible person, that you are a reliable person. It's going to require a lot of things for you to have a stable business career. If you plan to work for someone, that company needs to trust you. You gotta have a good reputation. They're gonna pay you. You're gonna be on a payroll. You're gonna have a paycheck every week or every month or every year or whatever you are. You are on a commission or you are on a salary or you are on a weekly paycheck, monthly paycheck, whatever payroll you're going to be on. You still have a life to live. You graduated with that doctoral degree and you have hundreds of $1,000 in debt. How long are you going to pay that? On top of that, you're going to buy a house on debt, finding yourself in millions of dollars debt. You're not going to be living a life. You're going to be surviving. You got to be surviving, and it's going to be a long journey for you. You're not living a full life there, no. Because at any moment, your life can change. That company can shut down. If you are an employee of that company can shut down. If they shut down, that means you are off payroll. You don't have an income coming in your home anymore. You don't have any income coming in your house, coming in your bank. That debt is not going anywhere. It's waiting for you. And pretty soon, you're going to become a homeless man. You're going to be living on the street if you live in the United States or whatever country you live in. If you live in Africa, many part of Africa, you might not be a homeless, but in many countries that we live in, they can seize your house. They can seize your home. They can garnish everything that you have, no matter what country you are living in. They can seize it, depending on the laws of the country that you live in. The Bible tells me this in Proverbs, that the person you owe the money to, you are a slave to them. If you have a debt from someone, you become their slave. They become your master. You're going to work 24/7 hours to get them paid. They become your priority. You become their slave. I believe that a person should live in the means where they can afford whatever they want. I will prepare an episode for that. Don't go getting debt. Oh, I'm going to buy a car on debt. I'm going to buy buying a house on debt. It's okay. Getting a mortgage, it's fine. That is a good debt because it's an asset you can build that can become a very valuable asset in the future. But buying a car on loan, buying some assets on loan, going to buy a furniture on a credit card, that's a loan. That's a debt. You're gonna have to pay back that credit card. And you need to remember credit cards, they accrue interests. That $500 couch you bought on a credit card, guess what? Within a few months, within a year, that 500 becomes 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 if you're gonna keep paying the minimum. That's how you become poor. All the money that you're making is going to that couch. It's going to that whatever you bought with your credit card or whatever you bought on loan. The only debt you should have is a mortgage, in my opinion. And I will share with you how. And if you are in debt right now, I will walk with you how you can get out of debt. Steps you can do, steps you can make to get out of debt and to live. I was like you in the past. I was like you. I had a lot of credit cards. I had a lot of debt on the credit cards. In the past, I could have buy anything with the credit card. And they kept increasing my available credit. My available credit kept increasing until I realized, okay, what am I getting in? What am I getting into? I made those mistakes. I was there. And I worked hard to get out of that debt. I worked hard to try my best to do everything that I can to get it out. It's doable. There are so many other things that people are that are out there that are being promoted. Investment. For me, I might don't understand this, but for me, I only invest in something that is within sight. I recommend people to do investment in cash business, something that you know where your money is going and you know where your money is coming. Okay, this cryptocurrency or other investment, eh, we can. Uh, I I have bought some books that I'm reading on so I can understand this, and maybe in the future I can share with you. But invest in something that you can understand. Make sure you understand what you are investing. There will be a lot of people that will call you that will be, hey, look, if you invest in this, you invest in that, and then a few months later you lost the money. Okay. Invest in a cash business. Even if it means you have to start small. Invest in something like a boutique, online stores, something you can do. Buy and sell. Buy and sell. We live in a world where your phone is big asset to you. You can do business on phone, online, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X. If you own a phone, you have wealth in your hands. If you have a phone, you have wealth in your hands. And we really explore on things you can do. And there's some other businesses on phone that I don't trust. They should be careful. A lot of people have lost money on those programs on phones. And it's crazy out there. The world, as I said, if you are not informed, you can be easily manipulated and you can lose your life like that, your money like that. So you need to stay informed. You need to do something you understand. If it's not under, do not trust a person. This is the problem. People nowadays, okay, this is my brother, this is my sister, this is my pastor, this is my minister. I trust this person. It's okay. Even if I don't understand, I'm going to invest. Come on. Unfortunately, the world we live in, the very person you trust can manipulate you, can lead you into a deceit, and you can fall into that deceitfulness and you lose everything. Your wife, your husband, your own children, they can lead you into a deception and everything is gone just like that. You lose everything just like that. Don't trust nobody nowadays. You gotta be vigilant to your goals. Focus and make sure you understand anything you do. You don't understand it, take your time. We are not in a hurry. We are not in a competition. Being successful is not about competition. It's about quality, not a quantity. Quality. Build a quality life that can last longer and that can be transferred to generation and generation and generation. And you do not have to start a business right now. If you plan to start a business, you're gonna need money to start business. To invest, you need something to invest with. Even if it means to do a job you don't like, do that. A lot of people be like, I can't clean. I can't do this job. This job is now. It's very shaming. What will people think if they hear that I do clean toilets, I do this, I do that. You see, you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on what people will think. You're not living for them. You're living for you. This is your life we're talking about, not other people's life. You let them worry themselves. You worry about yourself. It's not about what they're going to think of you. It's about your mission here. It's about your goal. And the other problem is you try to find a job that pays you a lot of money instead of taking that opportunity that you have. Even if it's paying you less money, take that opportunity. Remember, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. You can be on a payroll that pays you $9 an hour, $10 an hour, less money than some other people. It's not about the money that you're receiving. It's what you do with the money that you're receiving. When I moved to Wichita, Kansas from Hawaii, I worked at Walmart, was working $9 an hour in those days, back then. Right now, I think you can start at 14, 16, 17, 18, depending on the department you're going to start with. There are some other people that were making 17, 18 on other jobs. I'm doing better than what they are. And I was doing a lot better than how they were doing. Because it was not about the money that I'm making. It was about what am I doing with that little money that I'm making. Quality, not quantity. I'm not focusing to be rich right now. I'm building a quality life that's gonna lead me to what I want. Even if I don't get there, at least my child, I'm preparing a good path for my generation, my children to go through. I might not be able to be where I want to be, but I'm preparing a good path for my children to reach to that destination. Quality life, not quantity. Remember, you are not in a competition. Competition it's not stable. Lose and win. It's not about who's winning, it's not about who's losing. It's not about showing people what I have and what I don't have. It's not about, look, this is what I have. No, it's about your focus, stability, quality. If you are living a life to show off, you are going to have hard life. So take every opportunity you get. Do not be a person of choosing, no, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. Then you're going to have a bad life. Trust me, you're going to have a poor life. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be complaining, God, why me? God, why me? God, why me? You're going to be going to church every day. God, make me successful. God, do this. You going to have that problem every day because you don't know how to take opportunities and you don't know what to do with those opportunities. Life is full of opportunities. If life is not doing well where you are, get out. You do not have to stay in that country. If you can find a good opportunity in a different country, get out. If you have a way to get out, get out. If you cannot get out of the country, okay, at least get out of that city. Move around. Don't stay in one place. Move around. Do not stay in that generational curse. Get out. Move around. Find a place that is good for you. It's about quality, not quantity. And as I said, if it means for you to go to another church, if it means for you to go to another business, if it means for you to leave my business, if you are my employee and you want to go to another company that's going to pay you much better, that's going to treat you much better, it's okay. Get out. Find it. But make sure you are getting out for a purpose. Not just because you don't like that company, not because you don't like that church, not because you don't like that community. No. You're getting out because you have a fund and opportunity there for your stability. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Quality brings stability. When you have a stable life, trust me, you have a full life. Nothing will shake you because you have a stability. And to be stable, you got to have everything possible that you need. You need to be financially stable to the point you do not lack anything. So you won't lack nothing at all. It starts with discipline. A few things that I'm going to focus on this financial means in the future. Discipline is going to be the number one thing. If you are not a disciplined person, yeah, you might be like, oh, Pastor, oh, Seth, I've seen some people are not disciplined, are successful. Okay, you're not them. Remember, we are focusing on you. We're not focusing on them. The luck they have, you might not have that luck. Some people are just born lucky. Some are not. You need to stop comparing yourself to others. And that is the other problem people have nowadays, comparing themselves. No, I want to be like that person. No. When God made you, he did not made you to be like that person. He made you to be you. Oh, I wish. No, do not wish what they have. Do not wish you could be like them. Do not wish you were them. Do not wish, oh, I wish I was beautiful like them. I wish I was bigger like them. I wish I was tall like them. I wish I was short like them. I wish I was thick or skinny like them. I wish I had what they have. I wish I had a house like them. I wish I had a church like them. I wish I had this. No. God did not make you to be like others. God made you to be you. Focus on you. However, God made you, he had a good reason. And if you're going to live a life comparing yourself to others, you're going to have a miserable life because there is always someone better than you. There is always someone better than that person. You wish you want to be like them. Guess what? Next year, you're going to wish to be like another person because there is always something better than what you wish for. Be you. Focus on you. Be disciplined and build reputation. Those are the two things that are going to lead you to success. Discipline, reputation. Then we can go to other steps that we will uncover in the future. So a few things I want you to take from this pre-episode number 4. Rich people can go to heaven. In my experience, it is very hard for a poor person to serve God or to be faithful to the service of the ministry that they have or the relationship they have with Jesus. Be faithful to the gospel. To be a faithful Christian. In my experience, I'm not saying that they are not faithful poor people. They are. There are a lot of people out there that I maybe don't know, but in my experience, in what I've seen with my own eyes, a bigger percentage of poor people are not faithful because they are tossed away here and there, try to look for a better thing, even if it means to follow satanic, schemes. Even if it is to follow somebody who's gonna be lying to them about this and that. Come on, better than that. You are better than that. If you are listening to me right here, right now, and you're following somebody that they have given you ways to be rich, or they have prayed for you to be rich, but they are the only ones getting rich than you. Okay, they are praying for you to be rich, but when they started that ministry, they were poor and now they are rich. And you started with them, you're still poor. Come on, man. Come on. Get out. Get out that pit. Death. Get out that death pit. Get out. Get out of it. Be informed. Read your own Bible. If you can afford buying buy books. Be informed. Don't be letting people lie to you. Be informed. And that's the reason why I'm doing this podcast. To inform you what I know. So you can be informed. Do something you understand. Follow something you understand. Don't follow something because your siblings are following it, your family is following it, your family is doing it. I'm gonna do it because my neighbor is doing it. I'm gonna do it because my best friend is doing it. Oh, be informed. Do not fall into a deception. Do something you understand. If you don't have enough time to do a research, it's okay. There is somebody out there on YouTube, on Facebook, on somewhere in the books, somewhere out there. There is someone who knows exactly what you're looking for. They can inform you. They can give you the right information. They are not there to deceive you. They don't want anything from you because they already have what they need. They're just informing you. They're not looking for your money. They already have. If they were able to write a book and print it, They had money. They're not looking for your money. They are there to give you the information that you need. Find someone, find a podcaster, find a YouTuber, a Facebooker, somebody who are doing very well in their life, very well in their life. That they're not looking for handout. They're not deceiving people so they can get richer. Someone who's already successful in their life that already knows what they are doing so they can inform you. Because if you're gonna follow someone who is not successful in their life, trust me, you are going to make them successful. They are looking for your money, even if you have nothing. They are looking for whatever you have left. So be informed. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Thank you very much. For those who are subscribing, please do share to your family members. Do share to your friends. And if some might benefit from this, please don't be selfish. Share it to them. Share it to them because someone out there, even if it means one person will be successful because of my podcast, that is enough for me. If we can get 10,000 people to be successful, 1 million, 2 million, thank Jesus. Hallelujah. But one person is enough. But we can grow that number if you're not going to be selfish by sharing. And because that person you don't want to share it to, they might gain from this. They might understand a lot better than you and help you later on. You do know people can go in the same classroom and they come out differently. You were in the same classroom and they come out differently. They graduate differently. The person you went to school with, they might be more successful than you. It's okay. It's fine. It means they understood better than what you did. So you can go back to them and they can help you out. That's what it means to share. Tune in March 17 so we can watch together. So a lot of people can watch together with me as I'm going to start my very first broadcast live on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you do not follow me on Facebook, please do so. Let's get this going. I wish you a successful life. You can do this, and God is with you. Trust me, God is with you. And Jesus, we read it in John chapter 10. He wants you to be successful. He wants you to have a full life, abundant life, not a poor life. He wants you to have a full life where you're not going to lack anything. You will be successful. And I pray that you be successful. And if you're struggling out there, I pray that the Lord hears your prayer so you can get out of that struggle, get out of that, mess. Keep fighting the good fight. Don't you ever give up. Don't you ever do that. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Don't lose hope. Do not. Don't think taking your life away. Do not do that. Don't you ever, ever give up. You can do this. Keep pushing. A greater life is waiting for you beyond that mountain. Keep climbing. No matter how hard it is, keep climbing. Keep climbing. You will get there. Together, we will get there. Thank you.